he gets greeted this way very spontaneously. It's very organic. And that's going to say something to you as a leader, that even when you are breaking the rules, dodging the people, your own citizens, they are still finding you. Often it's in the winter, they're coming out in the cold, and they're coming out to just let you know how dissatisfied they are with how you're running the country. So thick skin or not, you'd think he would say, you know what, it's time to change.
Yeah, and this poses no physical threat to him, Drea. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you think that words are weaponized or signage is weaponized or flags are weaponized. By the way, my favorite flag yesterday, Drea, I hope we have a clip of it. It was when I first saw the fellow coming, I thought he was a counter protester because his flag said end racism, and implying that these demonstrators are racist. And then when the flag got closer, and it was a
Is
beauty,
it?
the logo on the flag was Prime Minister Trudeau in full blackface. You know,
Oh, I need that one. I need that
I
flag.
I want to get one too. So
Yeah.
it was quite hilarious, and of course there were many Canadian flags there, some right side up, some upside down. Which, by the way, folks, contrary to what some might tell you, that's not a sign of disrespect. That's a symbol of distress. And I think right now, for many people, they are in distress in
Mm.
Canada, trying to live their lives with the Justin Trudeau policies. And of course, yeah, lest I forget, a smattering of F Trudeau flags. So I assume Aaron O'Toole is curled up in the fetal position because his New Year's wish of stop being mean to Mr. Trudeau, don't display those flags. I guess it hasn't come true. What an absolute disgrace, Drea. Can you imagine that was his essay on New Year's Day, where he
Yeah.
didn't. I mean, talk about not knowing the room, right? To go
Right.
after demonstrators for an F Trudeau flag. No wonder Aaron O'Toole is yesterday's man.
Well, and people have reported in Parliament that Trudeau himself said the F bomb in Parliament. So if
Yes.
he seems to think that that language is fine to use in the Parliament, what's to be so offended about? I personally don't use the word, but like you said, this isn't violence. They are not hurting him. And so if you don't like the flag, you don't like the flag, but you just move on from it. And O'Toole, it was just a joke. It didn't surprise me. I don't know who he's sucking up to or what, but it says a lot about him.
And you know what it most says about him? What a hypocrite and what a
Mm.
double standard purveyor he is, Drea, because the reason why he was denouncing the F Trudeau flags, can't we bring back civility? Can't we have some decorum? And if you recall a couple of years ago, Drea, this is a guy who recorded a
Yeah.
video outside the Parliament buildings of an outhouse. And he's saying this is going to be Justin Trudeau's next office once he's voted out, right? Well, first of all, O'Toole was so insipid and such a flip-flopper that he shot himself in the foot. But I mean, like, you're calling for decorum and civility, and you're doing a porta potty joke. And by the way, the sound quality, because the wind was so horrible, the whole thing was a disaster. So, like, physician, heal thyself. But before we go on, why don't we show a short 1 minute clip of the greeting that Mr. Trudeau received last night? Dictator of the worst kind. You would not acknowledge us in Ottawa 1 year ago. Never! You around until you hear us. We are your people, and we have a voice. This is how democracy works, my friend. Resign! I just want to move my I'm sorry to interrupt your party, Carpenters Union, but you're harboring a terrorist, a dictator of the worst kind. Menzies, look at that, right here. So here we are today. Everyone knows. Mr. Trudeau, were you involved?
Oh, yes.
And by the way, Drea, as you saw, we weren't on the driveway or the parking lot.
Right.
We were told if we did that, we'd be charged with trespassing. So we were on the opposite part of the curb. And then they changed the rules. They said, and they actually said this, you have to be, you see where I am right now, on the other side of the tree line. They actually called it that, the tree line,
The tree line.
yeah, not
'Cause they
the
plant.
tree line in Canada where, the trees stop growing when you get to a certain northern latitude. But, I think they make up these rules as they go along because I don't have an official city plan, but I know part of that berm where everybody was standing is indeed property of the city of Vaughn. But anyways, he just gets out of his car, as you can see, and does that goofy smile and wave and just slithers in to the carpenters union. And I want to make also point out, as you can see, Drea, there's his entourage of vehicles. Almost all
Gas
of them
guzzling.
are
Yeah.
full size, I should say extra size, Chevy
Mhm.
Suburbans with 8-cylinder engines, burning, not to use another Star Trek reference, they're not powered by dilithium crystals, but fossil
Yeah.
fuels. And get a load of this, they stay idling for the 90-minute plus time he's there because, Drea, God forbid Prime Minister Blackface McGroper gets into an SUV that's less than room temperature, right? So
Yeah.
the point I'm getting at is that they're advocating electric vehicles, and they don't even have, plug-in hybrid vehicles. They've got old school, full-size SUVs burning
Right.
fossil fuels. The hypocrisy is off the charts, my friend.
It's so bad, and it's always like that wherever he goes, and you're right, sometimes they do laps and laps around. I guess they're, checking the area, but why not an e-car at this point in time? You know what I mean? And then he always has to do that signature wave. It doesn't matter who's out there. He's got no friends out there, and he's still like this, just in case there's a mainstream media camera, floating around there. Like, it's every time it just who's he waving at? The Rebel News camera? I don't think so.
Oh,
But
no.
he just
It-
but
oh,
he just does it every time. It's
make
just
no
all
mistake,
show.
Drea. The mainstream media, they weren't freezing their ball bearings off on the
Yeah.
outside of that building. They were,
Right.
tucked in on the inside and getting fed
Mhm.
and you name it. Those are the official state-funded and state-approved propagandists. And they get a red carpet welcome to a Trudeau event because, hey, they know where their money's coming from. Justin
Right.
Trudeau is their sugar daddy. And does it make sense to bite the hand that feeds?
No, not for them. Not when integrity isn't a concern of yours, that's for sure.
And, in a way, thank goodness there were some state-funded shills inside that building because I got to find out what Justin Trudeau was talking about. By the way, we got a video. There he is. Now, I get a laugh out of blackface here because this is what he always does when he goes to a auto assembly plant or to a blue-collar trade union hall. He gets rid of his jacket. He loosens his tie. He rolls his shirt sleeves up. It's like, hey, I'm just like you. I'm a common man with a common van. Drea, I don't think this guy knows how to even hold a hammer correctly.
Well, Jagmeet Singh does this too. I don't know if you've noticed. He keeps talking about, the bad people with money, the corporate people, and then he takes off his Rolex and he puts on like a little t-shirt and has his little TikTok video with his energy drink as he's saying it, and it's like, we see you all the time. Who are you hiding from? You know what I mean? Like, just be real.